from his studios in New York. It's time for Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life. Here's your host, Dan Tortora.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop. mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt as well, where you're listening worldwide, and you're watching on facebook.com/wakeupcalldt and facebook.com/livenowdt and youtube.com/wakeupcalldt. I am so proud to have this gentleman back on the show. He is none other than someone who is here in our community, ran in Central and Upstate New York, ran for the CNS Athletics program for the Northstars. We got to know each other, spent a lot of time together in his recruitment from his first offer all the way through, and his commitment to the university at Buffalo, and his decision to go there early and to join in the spring. So it's been a little bit, but not too long since we've spoken to him. I'm so happy to have Central New York native running back Mike Washington Jr. on the broadcast for the Buffalo Bulls now. Mike, how we doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm doing very well. And Mike, I want to jump right into it here. You made the decision to go early, and instead of waiting on whether or not you're going to have a season at CNS, which ended up getting pushed to March, you decided to early enroll at the University at Buffalo and get in there for the spring and start practicing. Bring me into that decision, and what made you really feel like that was the right thing to do?
Well, it was a hard decision. I'm not going to lie, because my senior year for playing with CNS, I really wanted to, finish off strong with my senior year and, take that state title, something that, CNS has never done. So, it was hard to make that decision just to, go straight to college and be away from family and not see the people that I love for a long amount of time. It was a real hard decision.
Did it become an easier decision when you found out that there wasn't going to be states, there wasn't going to be an opportunity, after sectional play, there wasn't going to be anything for the, you didn't have a chance to win states if you had stayed?
Yeah, it did become a easier choice, because once I found out there's no states or anything, it really didn't make any sense for me to play, at all. I already had, what I needed. I already had the stats. I just already had what I needed, so I didn't want to risk getting hurt, not playing for states. It just didn't make sense to me. So I was just I'm just gonna go to college and enroll there early.
That coming here from Mike Washington Jr. So you make the decision to go over there and enroll early at Buffalo in the spring. How important was that for your maturation process to be able to get with the team and get with the offense in the spring as opposed to waiting until the fall?
Oh, it was very important. One reason is because I haven't played, since the time I enrolled there, I haven't played for a year. So getting back into the groove of things, that was really, really good for me, because, it was against college athletes. Everything was different. It wasn't high school anymore. So I had to get used to people being as fast as me, as strong as me. Even though I came in there strong and big for a freshman, I still had to get used to the contact hits that that the college athletes bring. Everybody's just being an athlete.
What was the biggest thing you took away from spring ball in that transition from CNS to Buffalo?
Definitely being able to push through when times were hard. I didn't get to see my family. It was just hard. I had to get used to the college atmosphere with being on a college football team. It's you're all for yourself. It's nobody's going to care about your emotions.
And for you, how did you work through that? I mean, you're away from your family, you're playing football, you're trying to prepare yourself, you're getting ready, like you said, you're talented, you come in, but everybody's talented on the team. So how did you handle coming in there and having to go up against all of that talent, as well as deal with a pandemic and be away from your family? How did you navigate through all that?
Well, to keep my mind settled, I stayed on top of meditation and prayer, and I also made sure I called my parents and family and friends. I made sure I called them at least every week, and if not, every other week. I just made sure I kept in touch with them. I made sure I sent them, practice highlights of me just doing things, because they haven't really seen me play football in a year. So like I just made sure I kept in touch with everybody.
And you said you had meditation and prayer. Just the importance of both of those things in your life, and if that's still a daily thing that you feel like you need to do.
Yeah, no, it's been really important in my life. Now it's not hard, but I still make time for it, but I don't really do it as much. Because I do stay on top of prayer, but meditation, I'll do it probably every other day. But I feel like a lot of athletes, when it comes to, playing a sport, any sport, I feel like what they think about is, the physical aspect, when the mental aspect of being an athlete is just as important. So yeah, meditation, I believe meditation, it'll keep things settled for you. You'll be balanced for sure.
And for you, prayer is a huge part of my life. Meditation, that's not something that I've done. I usually pray a lot. What can you say about how do you meditate? Like, what do you do? Like, bring me into paint a picture. Are you in the room, music by yourself? Like, what are you doing when you're saying you're meditating? How are you going about it? What's kind of your plan when you sit down and give yourself that time? Like, how do you meditate?
So I either meditate in the morning or at night. If it's in the morning, I try to do it right before I leave to go to practice. So that's probably around 6 o'clock, 6:30. And at night, I just before I go to bed, or I make sure I do it on game days. I make sure I do it the night before a game. I make sure I meditate. But yeah, I try to find a quiet space, which is most likely my room. Turn off all the lights so it's dark, and I just feel to myself. I put my headphones in, and I turn on just different type of frequencies. Mainly use the athlete performance frequency. I believe that's what it's called. I just meditate like that. Close my eyes, make sure I'm breathing properly, and I just think all positive things. But before I do all that, I'll make sure I say a prayer and all that.
I come in here from Mike Washington Jr. from CNS to the University at Buffalo. Mike, for you, what I loved to see was that in the first ever game that you could play, in your first ever opportunity out there as a true freshman, you got on the field. And you got to play in Buffalo at home against Wagner. It's painting the picture of all these really cool things. You're a true freshman. You play in the first ever game that you could play in. It's at home, and you get to carry the ball. You had double-digit carries, 13 for 65. You averaged 5 yards a carry, halfway to a first down on average. Bring me into all of this, because to me, this moment for you, being a true freshman, getting out there immediately, playing in front of the fans at Buffalo, and then on top of that, being involved in the offense, them trusting you as a true freshman, getting 13 carries and averaging 5 yards a carry, all of this is really, really awesome. So I'd love to get your thoughts on being the one that got to live that day.
Well, I know it's different, being a spectator and just seeing it on TV, but a lot of people, they don't really know what goes on behind the scenes. That took, the whole team, it took a lot of preparation. We go back to May, when our coaches left. Coach Lipo, he took the whole coaching staff to Kansas, and everybody, they didn't know what to do. A lot of people went to the transfer portal. Some came back on the team, some left, went to Kansas, and some went to other teams. But we ended up getting our coaching staff, and immediately, they changed everything about Buffalo and our culture immediately. And it's down to the little things, having our bottles on the line, making sure we run off the field, making sure we run on the field, just little things. So I feel like a lot of people, they don't see all of that. It took a lot of preparation just to prepare for that one game, and it's taking a lot of preparation to prepare for this upcoming game against Coastal.
Yeah, and like you said, your staff leaving and all shifting there. Did that affect you at all? Did you ever think about the portal? How committed were you to Buffalo? How did you handle it personally?
I thought about everything. I thought about leaving. I thought about staying. I didn't know what to do. I talked to my parents about it. You know, they didn't really tell. They were supportive of whatever I wanted to do. And it was hard because I didn't know what I wanted to do at all. And then I just thought to myself, like, you know, when I was little, I wanted to go to a D1 college, and I'm here now. I believe that God has brought me to Buffalo for a reason, and that was the reason. That's the reason I stayed. That's the main reason I stayed. And then, you know, I took a chance. I most definitely took a chance because I didn't know how the coaches were going to be. But like I said, you know, I had faith and, you know, why God put me here. And, you know, as soon as the coaches came on campus, as soon as I had that first workout with them, as soon as we hit the field together with that coaching staff, I knew, like, yeah, this is the coaching staff that's going to bring me to where I want to go in the future.
And what made you feel that? What made you feel that this staff is the staff that's going to get you where you want to go?
Well, starting off with my position coach, Coach Mike Daniels. This has been the first coach ever that has ever taught me about, you know, the science of being a running back, like knowing everything. This is only my second year playing running back, so I don't really know the ins and out of being a running back, but he broke everything down. He broke everything down to me. He broke everything about the offense and the defense. So, like, that's what I'm talking about when it comes to preparation and preparing for a game. Like, he makes sure we knows, you know, defense, you know, when the blitz is coming, when they're not coming, when the hair can get out, pass protection, how to read a block, certain gaps to hit when inside zone. Like, he broke everything. Like, he broke everything down to me.
You know, and for you, Mike Daniels, he's the recruiting coordinator and the running backs coach. What do you like about him? And it's kind of twofold here. What do you like about him the most as a person, not just a coach? And then secondly, you just made mention, you said this is only the second year that you've played running back. I mean, just what that's like, you know, having this coach, what he means to you personally, and then this being your second year, because if people look at you and they watch you and they see your body type and the way that you are, they would think you've been playing running back for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing about Coach Daniels is he's going to keep it real with you regardless. And, you know, that's hard. It's hard. Like, if you can't take criticism, it's hard. It's hard with dealing with somebody who's going to keep it real with you. Because especially for people who you know, their whole life, people just been like yes men to them, you know, do whatever you want. He's somebody who's not like that. He'll keep it real with you. When you're doing wrong, he'll tell you what you're doing wrong. When you do it right, he'll catch you on your back. You know, yeah.
And for you, I mean, this being your second year playing running back, just what you can say about how you feel you've matured and how you've grown.
I honestly feel like I still have a lot of growth to do, and I'm not where I want to be at all. Yeah, I feel as though I have a lot of growth to do in the position.
And then lastly, Coastal Carolina is coming up here, ranked in the top 16 in the nation. What are you excited about this game? What can you tell me about this matchup? Because you know the nation's going to be watching. It's on ESPN. It's at noon Eastern time. Just what you're looking forward to.
Well, we all know it's going to be a dogfight. The coach has been harping on that for, you know, the past week. Like, this game is going to be a dogfight. I believe they're ranked 17 in the nation or in the country or something like that. You know, the rankings don't really matter. You know, we're looking past that. You know, all we're looking at is, you know, like I said earlier, the preparation throughout the week. We believe that our preparation is going to win us the game.
That coming from Mike Washington Jr. from CNS to your Buffalo Bulls. Mike, as always, I appreciate it so very much. I look forward to seeing you out there more this season, and keep repping Central and Upstate New York and your family well. You know, I'm proud of you, and I'm hoping nothing but great things for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that.